Hi, I'm Freddie. I want to explain about the game Ephemeris, which is an invention from Daedalian. Ephemeris is a game played with the solar system, the planets, the sun and the moon, against the backdrop of stars called the zodiac. It's a strategy game for 2 to 4 players. It's total innovation, and so the way you play is with this fourfold board, and the planets are set up in groups. We have the 4 outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, and we've covered those blue. The other group is the inner planets: Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the moon and the sun. So we have a little silver moon and the golden sun. And each planet has a symbol which comes from the ephemeris, which is a little table of planetary positions. You can check any position of any planet through any day of the year, dating back from 1860 forward into the far future of 2000, 3000. Anyway, I love those symbols. But the names are written on the planets as well, and the positions that you have to start up every game with, marked on the board. And on the board are the 12 signs of the zodiac, from Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, all the way through to Pisces. And the nice little feature on the board is you can see which is the brightest star in each of those constellations. Right, so for each planet we have cards. We have a pack of planet, sun and moon cards. We have a pack of zodiac cards to match the board. So at each start of the game, each player is dealt 5 planet cards. That includes sun and moon, so you don't know what each other have got. You keep them secret. So you've got your 5 planets that relate to the 5 of the pieces on the board. You are also dealt 5 zodiac cards. Here we have Taurus, this way, Taurus, Leo, let me have a look because it's all back to front. We have Aries, Taurus, Leo, Cancer, Gemini. These are the zodiacs that I've been dealt, and these are my planets that I've been dealt. And what I've got to do is try to put one of these planets in each of the signs on the board. And you can move any piece on the board, and your object is to win and be the first to place your planets into your signs. That's the game for 2 players. It's a strategy game. You can play it with 4 players. It gets a little bit more complicated with 4 because 3 or 4 people, because you can obviously everybody can move any of the pieces. Nobody owns the pieces. Whatever you have in your hand, it doesn't mean you can't move the other pieces. And the main strategy of the game comes by this. These blue, the outer pieces, they're slow-moving planets because they're so far out. They cannot move past the inner planets or the moon or sun. So those blue ones can be blocked at any time by the moon, sun or a red piece. The inner planets can overtake each other. They can't overtake the moon or sun. So that's a kind of blocking strategy that the sun and moon have. If you move the moon to Jupiter, nobody could move Jupiter, for instance, because nothing can go past the moon. Not even the sun in this game can go past the moon, because the moon is the fastest. It moves around in 28 days, whereas the sun takes a year to go past, as you know. So this is the basic strategy of the game. It gets quite challenging. And I was saying, if you play with 3 or 4, more than 2 players, we bring poor old Pluto into the play. You each get a Pluto card. This is a wild card, can be played at any time, and it gives you an extra go. So on each turn, in both games, a player can move any piece on the board through as many signs as you wish. You're trying to get, say, let's see, we've got Aries here and we've got Venus, right? So Venus starts here. It's got to get all the way around to Aries clockwise. Furthest it can move at the moment is Sagittarius, because it cannot overtake the moon or the sun. Don't know whether you can see those. But, so if anybody wants, the other player, if he has Venus, he will have to decide to move the moon first. The sun can't overtake the moon. So he may move the moon to Neptune. This means Neptune can't move. He may have that card. So it's all a little bit of strategy. That's the game, Ephemeris. And when you finish, when you get your 5 cards in, you shout Ephemeris, and you have to prove your cards. Second game in the box, much more of a family game, is played with a pack of quiz cards. We have there's 172 quiz questions, all based on the solar system, from which planets have moons, rocket missions, the ISS space station, all kinds of really good questions. A lot of the kids might know. It's very good to play with young kids with their parents, and they can prove how much they know and how little their parents know about the solar system. But everybody learns something. So yeah, it's a really good, great game. I'm very, very proud to have invented it with my co-inventor, my sister. Both of us are fairly star-struck. So enjoy the game. And if you get stuck, look us up, and we will be very pleased to help with any of the rules that you may not quite understand. Cheers. Good luck. Have my drink.